It's time we stop overlooking Bobby Portis in the Six Man of the Year award race. Most sports books have him currently with the eighth highest odds to actually win the award this season. Now, what kind of stats is he putting up to deserve being eighth in the award race so far? I mean, he's only averaging 14 points, 10 rebounds, shooting 49% from the field in 26 minutes a game. And he's shooting 32% this year from three, which is actually a down year for him. He shot 39% last year from the three, so I think that number will definitely go up. He's third for double doubles in the league, which is tied with Giannis. So this is not double doubles off the bench. This is double doubles for the entire league. This is against guys who play 35, 36 minutes a night, get all the shots, have all the opportunities and rebounds and assists. And he is third, and he only plays 26 minutes per game. And he's doing all of this while being a key contributor on a team that's currently third in the Eastern Conference. He's easily one of their most consistent players that they have, especially this year with Chris Middleton being out of the lineup for majority of the season, Drew Holiday being in and out of the lineup with different injuries. He's been sick over the past couple games. Giannis has been great, of course, but everybody else has been kind of up and down this season. And as far as the second most consistent player offensively, it's been Bobby Portis. I'm not going to call him their second option, but consistency wise, you can count on him to give you that 14 and 10 every night. And he shows up, he brings energy off of the bench and does exactly what you need from him. And he's actually not a negative defender this year. I think most people have that perception of him that he is not a good defender, but inside the paint, you don't want him out on the perimeter, but inside the paint, he is a pretty decent defender this year. Now let's talk about some of the guys who are currently ranked above Bobby Portis to win this award this year. First up, we have Russell Westbrook with the highest odds to win this award. He's averaging 14, 7, and 6 on 40% shooting from the field and 3.5 turnovers, and the Lakers are 12th in the Western Conference. I don't know what award they're looking at or what award they're used to voting for or whatever you call it, but usually your team is not 12th in the West and you're winning a Six Man of the Year award. Your team has to be somewhat decent, and you're not averaging 3.5 turnovers when you don't play the whole game. I'm pretty sure Westbrook does not play over 30 minutes since he's gone to the bench. How do you average 3.5 turnovers in that time and shoot 40% from the field? Those are not Six Man of the Year award numbers. I know it's probably a narrative thing. Russell Westbrook, you know, took took the onus and said, "Oh, I'll come off the bench. I'll take pride in that," which I commend him for because based on how he was playing earlier in the season and last season, yes, this is an improvement for Russell Westbrook, but he is not playing well enough to warrant him being number one currently in the rankings for this award. I'm not buying it. It's a feel good story. I get it, but no. Next on the list with the second highest odds is Jordan Poole. Now, Jordan Poole has a somewhat of a legitimate case, but I'm still not buying it. He's averaging 14 and 5 off the bench in 19 games, and he's averaging 27 and 4 starting in 19 games. Overall, he's averaging 20 and 4 on 43% shooting from the field and 30% from the three. And he might not even qualify for the award because you need to come off the bench in more than 50% of the games that you play. And if you just heard what I said, he's started 19 games and he's been off the bench in 19 games. So he might not even get to that if later in the season the Warriors want to make a push and they end up starting him. And off the bench, which is what the award is about, he's not even playing well. So how can you give somebody who only plays well when he starts the Sixth Man of the Year award? That doesn't make sense. You're not even following the guidelines of the entire award. Oh, and they're currently ninth in the West, which is no shocker to anybody. I think everybody knows that. But I think winning matters. Are you impacting your team's winning on the season? That's an important part of this award. It doesn't hold as much weight as the MVP award does, but it still is a factor, especially when you are splitting hairs on some of these guys. Next up, you have Malcolm Brogdon, who I'm not gonna lie was a shocker to me to kind of be in this conversation. He does his work very quietly, and I think so far out of the people I've named, he has the most legitimate case. but I'm still not buying it over Bobby Portis. He's currently averaging 13, 4, and 4 on some pretty good shooting splits. Of course, the Boston Celtics are phenomenal. I think they still have the best record currently in the East. Yeah, they do. I don't think Brooklyn has caught them yet. But again, I don't think 13, 4, and 4 is catching up to Bobby. I don't think he has as big of an impact as Bobby does to his team. I think that the Celtics would still be just where they are without Malcolm Brogdon. I don't think they be prepared for the playoffs like they will be with him. But I think as far as his regular season goes, I don't think that he's made that big of an impact on them that would warrant him winning this award. I mean, when all of the attention is on Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and all these other guys, I think it's, I won't say easy because nothing in this league is easy, but I think you have a easier route to get to those points, if that makes sense. So I think he does have a good case, but I just don't see it over Bobby Portis this year. And last but not least, we got Benedict Mathurin. He's currently averaging 17 and 4, shooting 42% from the field. Now he's another guy who I do think has a legitimate case. I still don't think that he should be ranked over Bobby Portis. I think that field goal percentage is a little low. The Pacers are playing really well, and I think he does make a large impact on that. But just looking at the impact of it all, I think Bobby has a more impactful role in his team's success. They're a higher seed. He is more consistent than Benedict Mathurin for sure. So I'd have to give the edge to Bobby Portis. I would not be mad if Benedict Mathurin won it, but I think that Bobby Portis would again get the edge in this one. Um, and then after that, there's guys like Norman Powell, Malik Monk, Bogdanovich. All those guys have had pretty good seasons, but it's just not enough. I don't think that any of those guys, again, have made enough of an impact on their team to legitimately say that they should be ranked higher than Bobby Portis in this award. And I'm not really sure why he's not getting the recognition that he deserves. Again, the Bucks are a really, really good team. Giannis has that team on national television all the time, so it's not like people don't get to see Bobby Portis play. They know him. He has a really almost cult-like following with the Bucks. You know, they chant this guy's name every time he does anything in the arena. He's made big plays in the finals, not even just big plays. He's had huge games in the finals. You know, again, he's always on national TV. I'm not understanding why he's not getting the recognition, especially when the national media doesn't get to see a lot of these guys that I just named. When do they really get to see Benedict Mathurin? When do they get to see Malik Monk? Um, Bogdanovich, and I'm talking about the one that plays for the Hawks. When I say Bogdanovich, I don't know their names very well, but even him, he's missed a lot of this season. They don't get that many national televised games compared to the Bucks. Like how can you see this and still undermine Bobby Portis's case for this award? Now, do I think it's something that's super important to him? Not really. Will it matter in the grand scheme of things? Not really. I'm just a big component of, giving people, their deserved credit. And I think he deserves his credit. I think he's played that role off the bench. He's started, some last year when Brook Lopez was out. He's an ultimate professional. I think he's had a huge turnaround in his career. And I think he deserves something like this, a Six Man of the Year award. I think he deserves some type of recognition for how huge of an impact he's had on this Bucks team because realistically without them, I don't I don't know if this team is as good as they are. If we're being honest, if anybody watches Bucks games as much as I do personally, you'll know that he plays a major role in this team, and without them, they look a lot different. He gives them exceptional versatility on a night in, night out basis. They can put him, Brook Lopez, and Giannis on the court at the same time. They can go small and take Brook Lopez out and put him at the five next to Giannis. He can stretch it. He can post it. He has a nice post fade. He has a good post hook. He takes advantage of small defenders. I just really like his game, and I really loved his time he was here with the Bulls as well. So yeah, man, I just hope he gets the recognition that he deserves. Hopefully, the national media wakes up at some point throughout this season. But let me know what you think. Get in the comments below. Until next time, appreciate you for watching.